Hi, my name is John Hostetter, and I'm here today presenting my implementation plan for the Remind message system for Boardman local schools. So first, looking at the National Center for Education Statistics, they have identified 8 steps in a technology implementation plan, and I've split this up into what I like to call the pre-implementation plan and the post-implementation plan. And we're just going to take a quick glance at those 8 steps now. So first, we will be planning our initiative, determining the needs for this initiative, selecting solutions that will address those needs, and then implementing the plan. We will then move to the post-implementation plan, which will include safeguarding this technology from risks, maintaining and supporting it down the line, training the staff for this technology, and integrating it into our everyday classroom. So now we're going to take a look at these steps in a little bit more detail. First, we need to plan our initiative and look at what is the goal that we are trying to address here. We have identified this goal as improving communication between the school, teachers, and parents. And we are looking at this, and what exactly is being examined is that we are looking at improving all of our systems and curriculum due to available funding through the COVID-19 pandemic. So we have taken this time to really take a closer look at everything we're doing and find if there are modern ways that we can update these to the best practices with this available funding. So now that we have selected a goal that we want to address, we need to determine the needs that go along with that goal. And we need to first identify what is the current system. For parent-teacher communication, we are currently using a student-centered system in sending notes from teacher to student to parent or parent to student to teacher. And we feel that we can definitely update this to a more modern digital way rather than a student-centered approach using paper notes and copy run printouts containing information. There's definitely a way that this can be modernized to a more digital way. And we're going to conduct an assessment to find out what the teachers are doing and is that meeting their needs for communication and how do they feel that it's going. And we find that when we do that, the current means of communication being that student-centered approach, we find that it is very varied from teacher to teacher. It is very unreliable, and it is also a cost-ineffective way of communicating in that we are spending money on paper, toner, and ink on something that could be done in a digital manner that would not spend money on those resources. So now that we have determined the needs, we're going to move to looking at solutions that address them. And we have found a free web and app-based system known as Remind. This is totally 100% free, and it is entirely digital, available on any computer or any smartphone. So this is very updated for modern times and would move our communication to an entirely digital format in a digital platform. So it would entirely remove that student element, making this a direct parent-to-teacher mode of communication, which is going to improve the quality of that communication overall. And we find that within this web and app system of Remind, it really supports teachers in administration in giving free tips, videos, and it has the current best practices available in communication, being that we have removed that student element. So we feel that Remind is the best system for what the goal we are trying to address here. So now we're going to move into implementing that technology. And in order to do this, we need to begin with an implementation team, a small group of staff and administration that are going to sit and look at this app, find out how it works and how it can best be rolled out to the entire staff. This will also designate them as support staff as we roll them out, as we roll the program out, and they will be there to help others after we have determined a date to best start this system. And with the ease and use of the system and being totally 100% free, it would be possible to start this immediately just because it is very user-friendly and, once again, totally 100% free to the district. So now we're going to move into the post-implementation plan, and we need to safeguard this technology from potential risks. And 2 of the risks that we have identified would be, first, that with it being entirely digital, we will run into parents and teachers that may have a low technology skill level. And we also may run into unapproved users, people that have somehow infiltrated the system or people that have overstayed within the system and no longer need to be a part of it. And we can take some preventative steps into doing that. As I mentioned before, there are plenty of free tips, demos, and videos on how to use this app for those low technology skill level users. And in preventing unapproved users, we can also ask our users to be re-verified as many times as necessary. All we need is a updated phone number or email address to re-verify them pretty quickly and efficiently. In maintaining and supporting this system, one of the things that make it so great is there's a lot of longevity with this system. When a parent or student enters the system as a kindergartner, they can actually remain in the system all the way up through 12th grade. And once again, it is totally free. So that gives us over 10 years that we can use this system and continue to regularly, effectively communicate. All of the support that we may need with any issues are totally free and available from Remind through a live email support or a help topics database on their website. And all of this, once again, is no cost to the school, as well as free software updates that will only improve the software as technology gets better and better. So now that we've identified the risks and support, we need to train the staff. And as I mentioned before, it has a very user-friendly system. It is a very relatable interface. It's all within an app, and it looks almost identical to texting on an Android or an iPhone. So it is something that almost all the users are already going to be familiar with. All they have to do is download that app and set up an account using a phone number or email, and all of this training is available via Remind on how you can do that through written information, video demos, and once again, that email support or help database. And I would recommend setting up the classrooms as a whole staff demonstration because it can actually be done within just about 10 to 15 minutes as long as you have a phone number or an email address for a parent, and that information can also easily be collected digitally on a Google form. Which leaves us to integrate our technology. Once the staff has set up their classroom, all they have to do is invite the parents with a text message through Remind to that phone number or an email invite through that collected email address. And the important thing about integrating this technology is that it will always keep the chats archived for any safety reasons or any measures whatsoever. All of those chats will be there as long as you would need them, which is another benefit of doing this digitally. It's a much more modernized storage system of keeping that discussion and information readily available. So I hope that the district has found that Remind will be a beneficial addition to modernizing our communication. And I thank you for your time, and I hope that you have a great day.